Hey, I heard many people say that money is the root to all evil, and so I went on a journey to find out just where are people getting this idea from. Because as you all know, we live on planet Earth and money has become a necessity for survival since man does not barter anymore. And so I began to ask around and most people told me that I can find this exact statement in the Bible. So I sought out the Bible and I kid you not, I couldn't find that exact quote anywhere. So I'm wondering, where do people get this idea from? Anyway, and so when all roads fail, you go to Google. Because you know Google knows everything, right? And Google told me I could find that quote in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. And so when I read it, I realized that even Google was wrong. Come on, Google. So the whole world's telling a lie, huh? For the quote did not actually say that money is the root to all evil, but rather the love of money was the root to all evil, which is completely different. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. I'm fearless. Welcome to Back to the Basics, where you learn facts, hope you embrace it. Watch, like, share, bring in awareness. Watch, like, share, bring in. Now, I know there are those who equate social standing with a lot of money, and that is frivolous. The fact that a person can buy whatever they may want does not cause him or her to be superior to any other person. To assume such an attitude is a sign of infantile stupidity. If you have the money, great, enjoy it, spread it, pass it down to your children if you like, but don't get on your high horse like you're better than others because you have it. That will be the root to all evil. Did you know that more than 90% of people in the world do not achieve real financial competence and security during the course of their life? With this revelation, I hope this information encourages you to be in that small group of people who do. One of the first duties of every person should be not to be poor. And being poor, unlike being broke, is a mindset. Most of the world have a poor mindset, and the reason for this is involuntary servitude. Freedom is our most important need, for you cannot prosper without the exercise of true freedom. Freedom is the right to choose, the right to create for oneself the alternative of choice. Without the exercise of choice, you're simply a slave. The responsible personal choice is the most essential element in being a person. Freedom is that which must be gained specifically against the obstacles or conditions you are exposed to. So, how do you get out of this prisoner mindset? Here comes a jewel that is so simple, yet is constantly overlooked. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Imagination. I know some of you are like, what? Man, that can't be true. And that is the very problem, for anything that you can imagine is in the realm of possibility. But most people fail before they even begin because they don't imagine that it is possible and therefore remove themselves from competition. Something to remember is, each year most people spend 90% or more of their income on products and services. So what can you do to earn enough out of all the billions of dollars that people spend every month to live the way you want to live? Now, here lies the challenge. I want you to set aside an hour a day to invest in solving your future financial needs. There are thousands of ideas out there, which means there are thousands of problems, and where there are problems, there are opportunities. Spend your entire life looking for truth in everything, and you would have spent it as noblest as any human being who have ever lived. And I promise you, the calling that is right for you will come. Just know that whatever it is that you like to do, there is a way to turn it into substantial profit that can lead to financial independence. But it also takes another ingredient that most people will not seriously tackle, and that is thought. It takes thought. It takes time set aside for serious thought. You can only succeed only so far as you take part in the intolerable labor of thought. I know it's hard and distasteful, but if you want to solve your problems, you need to set aside time for thought. For through thoughts, you will solve your problems. And here is another jewel. You ready? Be of service to others. That boy bad. They have everything you want and would gladly give it to you if you help them solve their problems. Problems are too often looked at as negative situations. You have to shift your mindset and start looking at problems as unsolved opportunities. For example, walking to distant places takes a long time, right? Well, that was a problem. Then someone solved this problem by creating the automobile, trains, and planes that you pay for. Storage of food was a problem. then someone solved it by creating the refrigerator and you pay for it. Polluted water was a problem, then someone solved it by creating filters and you pay for it. These are just a few examples. So, access your education, qualifications, and find out what is it that you do best. But at the same time, invest your money in something calculated to give you excellent prospect for growth. Today, millions live a life that they know can be better, but they do so only because of habit and the failure to use their imagination. Now, what if everyone used their imagination to get out of habits of continued mediocrity? The truth is, everyone can, but the reality is, everyone won't. The mind and its mysterious powers must be directed in order to come up with possible solutions, and it can because the reach of the mind is infinite. So, extract yourself from something with quiet acts of mental and physical withdrawal. Reasoning with a specific purpose is different from thinking randomly. Gently guide the mind to discipline your thoughts. You can, through your imagination, do what you want to do, where you want to do it. You are under no constraint other than habits and self-doubt. So, cultivate the rich soil of your mind. You have to place the idea of your goals in the subconscious mind, and you have to do it a couple of times, planting it deep enough to germinate in order for it to accept the idea as a seed. As it begins to grow in the subconscious mind, and while you're trying to pull great ideas from the conscious mind, a far greater wisdom will work below the surface. Gently guide the mind in order to produce great ideas. This will guarantee that you reach your goal. So be very choosy of what you set your mind upon, because if you want it enough, if you want it strong enough, I promise you, you will get it. Your success or failure have only to do with the opinions that you have of yourself, not what others have of you, but what you have of yourself. So put people first and profit last, and be honest, for it is the best means to getting rich. Integrity is priceless and can only lead to success in the long run. I'm Kev Ray, and this is Back to the Basic. Like, share, and subscribe. Facts we stated. You wanna know something? Go back to basics. Most saw trapping was called the Matrix. The world frivolized, yet it's hard to face it. So I spread truth, hope you embrace it.